right, so just getting into this really quickly. Here he is out of the package. It's just the Mafex. The base body is also the Mafex sanded down, and all of the parts came from that original figure, except the cloth goods. This is a Mezco coverall recommended by South P24. You should totally check out his Boba Fett build that inspired this one. This is a little bit simpler. I didn't use the other torso shirt piece that his armor is connected to, and I didn't paint any part of the jumpsuit except for the sleeves. These sleeves came from a custom Mezco Star-Lord shirt, and I dyed them to look a little bit more in line with this color. But the color of the jumpsuit already worked pretty well with what the color of the plastic was, and so I just ended up using these plastic bits, the pockets for his little gizmos. If you can pop off his head here, you can see that the collar of the jumpsuit, I actually did the jumpsuit backwards, so the front of the jumpsuit is hidden back behind his back armor, and then this collar is just the original collar. It's all one piece. I also just quickly put together a little soft goods cape out of a shirt that I got at the thrift store, and it doesn't have a wire in it, but it drapes very naturally. It's a very soft and supple cloth. The jetpack is just glued back onto the back armor where it slots into those little ports. All the armor pieces, so the chest, this piece that comes along his back and over his shoulders, and the shoulder pads and the knees are all just glued onto the fabric. In terms of paintwork and trying to make everything match, it was a really simple custom. The hardest part obviously was the dremeling that was required and the cutting with an X-Acto knife to get all of these armor pieces off, because they're not removable. This is all just one piece and I had to chip them out. In terms of articulation, it's pretty much the same as the Mafex. Most of the articulation is preserved to the degree that you would want it to be in a real human being. So no 360 arm swivels, but he can hold some pretty dynamic poses. You can get him sitting down. How dynamic. You can get his arms out to the side. The shoulder armor is just glued on there and it doesn't hinder in any way, even going forward, which I have South P to thank for this level of articulation. Normally with cloth goods, especially when you have multiple layers up at a shoulder, you're gonna get to like right there. But because this sleeve actually ends about right here, it doesn't continue on, there's a lot of freedom of movement for the shoulders. So he could reach back and, I don't know, grab that missile out of his backpack with this shoulder articulation. It's a little more hindered on this side just because he has the Wookiee braids, but still the articulation is remarkably preserved given the nature of 1/12 scale soft goods. Torso articulation, he gets a pretty good diaphragm movement, and his legs can go out to the side this far. So yeah, this jumpsuit is not very restrictive. All in all, very happy with how this custom came out. It took me about a day to make, and I'm very happy to have found a buyer that's going to appreciate it and give it a good home. The reason I'm selling it is because I'm not a huge Boba Fett fan. It just looked like something that might be fun to put together. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to give a like. If you have a question, leave a comment, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel, or you can check out my Instagram page where I have a more detailed look at how I built this.